Welcome everyone to another episode of The Golden Point. We're back in the studio again for yet another edition of our beloved podcast. Shazzy, welcome again. How are you?
Good, thank you, James. Great to be back as always. But James, I must say, I'm a little bit surprised. Is it laundry day? Because you've got a very plain shirt on today. I don't know if you have some kind of sponsorship agreement without telling me. With Adidas, but no special shirt today.
No special shirt today. It's laundry day. That's the problem when you play so much. You end up realizing that when you need the shirts, they're not ready to be worn. So yeah, today I just
plain white t-shirt. Well, seeing as we don't have you don't have the ability to talk about your shirt today, why don't we talk about my shirt today?
Please.
I have this beautiful, lovely material shirt on, but the most important thing on this shirt for me, and it gives me goosebumps even to this day, I played in this event, the Inclusive Padel Tour.
Yes, I remember that.
At ISD. What an event. What a great day. Playing with people of determination. As I said, before, they've got guys and girls playing in wheelchairs, guys with prosthetic limbs, disabilities, and so on. And so very nice to have this shirt on.
Great color as well.
Beautiful color. Great material.
Yeah.
Knox.
Yeah.
By the way, I also won this paddle racket.
Yeah.
I'm not being paid by Knox, by the way, but I won this amazing paddle racket. As you know, I've been playing, and I've got my other racket there as well.
Yeah.
I've been playing with Royal Paddle for like 3 years. And I really didn't come across another racket that I really like that has the feel that Royal has. And I won this racket. Yeah. And I love it.
Yeah. Wait. Are we saying that you have found the racket?
I might have found the racket. Although I did promise to my sponsors, El Paddle, that I would do the journey, which I will do.
Although, to be fair, I think Najda would be more than happy to not see you around. So I'm sure he will agree that you should stick to that.
Yeah.
So what racket is that?
This is the AT10. So it's Tapia's racket, but it's the teardrop shape.
Yeah.
I think Tapia normally plays with the round.
Yeah, that's the one I've got, yeah.
Yeah, and which is the AT10, what? This is the AT10 Genius.
The one I've got is limited edition.
Right.
Because,
but this is 12K.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's 18K, I think.
18K. Yeah. What a racket. I'm really enjoying it, and I really love it. And by the way, I'm playing a lot of paddle right now at ISD. It's very close to my home.
Yeah.
And I've been playing in a lot of their events, and the quality of events is going up. And I think, we'd like to see that from more clubs, more organizers. Great prizes, no cash. We've talked about that before. But the other thing I've been doing is I've gone back to lessons and coaching with Geordie at ISD. And James, I got to tell you, it's making a huge difference.
It's a game changer, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know what your experience is.
It's crazy because a while back, I'd not been coaching for a while, and I was feeling frustrated. Like shots that I was able to do before somehow would just never work, and it was always like, I'm unlucky, etc. And then I started getting back into coaching with a great coach, Javi.
Which Javi?
Javi Rodriguez.
Tall Javi Rodriguez, good-looking guy.
Good-looking guy.
He coached me.
Well, he didn't do a good job.
3-4 years ago, and that's where he got famous. Yeah, he kind of blew up from there.
What, on his first failure? But no, Javi, great coach. Thank you very much for everything you're doing. He's really helped me almost fall in love with the sport again, because it's kind of, in a way, you're going back to the basics again. Like, all right. New coach, start again, start with the basics, forehand, backhand, backcourt, lobs, come to the net, volley, realize how crap your volley is, start again, bandeja, víbora, smash, etc. And it's really helped me. And now also what I've been doing is I'm doing a lesson, and then straight after I'm playing a match.
Perfect.
So I'm having that opportunity in a completely different environment to try and replicate what I've been coaching, because I don't know if it's the same for you. I think it is for pretty much everyone. You coach, you know what ball's coming. Yeah. You position yourself, and the víbora is just beautiful, right? Then you play a match, you don't do it because you don't know what ball's going to come. So having the match straight after is really helping me to implement everything that I'm being coached. So I'm finding that super useful.
Absolutely. I think it's the best way. But James, I also 100% relate to what you were saying. Yeah. I started feeling a sense of frustration. Now, when I started my paddle journey, very early on, I went with a coach. Now, I had just been doing about 4 or 5 years of triathlons, half Ironman, and I was being coached by my coach, Joao, Brazilian guy, predominantly works with triathletes, cyclists, runners, swimmers, but also started doing stuff in paddle as well. But I was at that mentality straight out of COVID when I came to paddle that any athlete should have a coach.
Yeah.
Right? And if you look at the best players in the world, guess what? They have coaches.
Of any sport.
Of any sport.
Any sport.
And who are we to think, oh, you know what? I'm too good now. I better stop coaching. Or I'm okay now. I don't need a coach.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I got into paddle, and by the way, I've got another thing to show you guys here. It just caught my eye. I started playing my first paddle at Padel AE, right? And we talked about that also on one of the other podcasts. But very early on, I had met Francesco, who was the head coach at Padel AE at the time. I think he's at S7 now. In my opinion, one of the best coaches, also in the country, Portuguese guy. James, from a very early on, I became good. Yeah. And, you're going to laugh about it, but I consider myself to be one of the best players at the time, in Dubai. But then they sponsored me. That's why I've got it on my first ever Shazzy shirt. And so I ended up having 2 to 3 sessions a week for a year, if not more. I think I've had, honestly, to date, well, in the first 2-3 years of playing paddle, I had 100 lessons. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Which really does accelerate the progress. I see people that are new to paddle and they're like, oh, but I'm not, I'm struggling with this. I'm like, so have you had lessons? No. Yeah. Well, you got to have the lessons.
There is a point where you definitely need to get involved with lessons. I just feel like at the very, very, very beginning, I would just recommend play, fall in love with the sport, get addicted. And then when you get to that point, there's only so much you can teach yourself, right? And at that point, that's when you start going to a coach. Because what happens, or at least what happened to me, was you go on this beautiful journey of discovering the sport, falling in love. I was waking up at 6 a.m. to go play for 1 hour, 7 to 8 in the morning, come back, have a quick shower, go to work. And I was doing that pretty much every day. And I was waking up with a smile on my face. Now, I would never do it now. But back then, yeah. And then you have that kind of honeymoon period. Then you kind of stagnate a bit because your level kind of plateaus. And then you start coaching and you're back to that kind of Christmas feeling again, right? Yeah. So I think also timing when you start coaching is very, very important.
So you're saying basically play first. Yeah. And then go to coaching. I mean, to
figure out that this is the sport you want to do, and then invest the money and the time into getting better. Because if you do it too early, if you're in a position where you can't really hit a ball, I don't know if coaching is the best. Like, first of all, have fun with it. Play with your friends, have a laugh, try and hit the ball, try and get as best as you can by yourself. Yeah. And then hit the coaching.
May I ask you a question? Did we put any clauses in that I have to agree with you on everything that you like? Because I don't know, man. Let's say, let's agree to disagree. Is that what they say? Yeah. I don't know. Like, I get your point. Like, I guess all I'm saying is that if you want to really enjoy the sport, I think you need to have lessons. I've seen a lot of people playing and they're just hitting balls and they're having a good time.
Well, this is the thing. They're having fun. Yeah. Now, if you want to get better, if you want to be the best version of yourself on a paddle court, 1,000% you need to do coaching and regularly. Yeah. If you just want to have fun with your mate, well, maybe not.
I have a friend, I'm name dropping here, Mary Christine, okay? And she comes from the wellness industry.
Okay,
She talks a lot about gut health and stuff like that. Totally irrelevant to what I was saying. I guess I'm promoting her. But she called me up. You know, everyone calls me because I'm like the guy in paddle, right? El Presidente. But she called me and she said, you know, I'm getting into paddle. I want to play against you. Yeah. I want to be in your group. I'm like, well, hold on a second. Yeah. Calm down a little bit. And I played with her. And okay, let's say she was a D-level player. And that's, let's say, the beginning stages. Yeah. Very excited about the sport. A lot of people that get into it get very excited early on. But I said, listen, in reality, you need to get some lessons. And, you know, I hooked her up with Manta. Mantra. I think it's Mantra. Oh, my God, I should know that. I'm sorry. We'll put it in the captions. The club. And she's now getting lessons with Renee there. You know, Renee, your partner at some of the Shazzy's events. Yeah. And you cannot imagine how much she has progressed in a short period of time by having lessons on a regular basis. I always recommend to people, have 5 to 10 lessons. Guess what? 5 lessons is going to cost you around 1.5 to 1,800 dirhams in Dubai. Yeah. For 5 lessons. 10 lessons, double that amount, right? You can even have the lessons with someone else. So you can split the cost. It's a little bit less. You progress. And I've seen, because she's an influencer, she puts a lot of stories and posts. I've seen how much she has progressed in a short period of time. Now, going back to what we were saying, I had a lot of lessons. I got really good. Yeah. Number one, okay? Number one, winning a lot of tournaments. Yeah. But then I stopped. I got busier.
Yeah, life.
I stopped. Life gets in the way. I swear, James, I didn't have a lesson in maybe 2 years. Yeah. Okay? And in Shazzy's, we have our events all, for the last 4 or 5 years, almost every weekend. I was playing a lot with Tony, who's I would consider probably the number 1 player in the Shazzy's community by far. Let's just say number 1. Let's not say by far because I'm a distant second. Close second, I should say.
Close second, but never won it.
Okay. And I was playing with Tony. Yeah. And we were, we got to second place in one of the tournaments that we had. But the point I'm trying to make is that in those games, I was missing basic fundamental shots. Yeah.
Why?
Long story short, I'll come back to your why. I went back to coaching recently with Jordi at ISD, as I mentioned. And it was just getting the basics right again on the bandeja, on the vibora. Yeah. My bajada 2 years ago was the best bajada in town. Then it disappeared. Stop laughing, James. Then it disappeared. Yeah. I couldn't hit a bajada to save my life. Yeah. I went back, and now I'm back to number 1. Okay?
But honestly,
volleys. James, volleys. The basics. You asked me why. I was missing a bunch of easy volleys while I was playing with the best player. Yeah. Losing points that were critical. Yeah. And it shouldn't be like that. Volleys, the basics, the backhand, both hands back, cut, all of these things. And it's made such a big difference. And I feel like I'm back to a better version of Shazzy, the legend paddle player. Yeah.
So what do you think is the reason why we need that consistent coaching? Why is it that if we stop coaching for a couple months, suddenly we drop 2 levels?
I think, I'm not sure if Tony Robbins says it in this way, but repetition is the mother of mastery or something like this.
Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect. Yeah. And honestly, again, we as amateurs need coaching more than the pros do. And the pros have coaching every day. Yeah. So you got to put these things in perspective. Like I said, I come across paddle players that refuse to have lessons. Yeah. Because they think that they come from a tennis background, or they come from squash, or they come from ping pong. Everything applies, And it's that simple.
But also I think if you've never had coaching, in a way, it's kind of understandable that you have that stance, because you can't know what you don't know.
Absolutely.
Right? So what I would suggest to everyone is give it 1 or 2 lessons. Try it out, test it, put that money down. It's a bit of an investment. If you don't see progression, again, you have to choose the right coach, the one that works for you, the one that's able to communicate in a way that you understand and that things click, because once it clicks in your head, it's much easier for you to be able to do the shot. But go through that process, figure out if that's the right coach for you and what it's doing to your game. And I guarantee you that you'll start realizing when you're playing matches, things are different. You see things differently. Even when you start going into the tactical side of the sport, because one thing is learning how to do the shot, right? The technique side of it, that's great, looks beautiful. But if you can't implement a tactical awareness to beat players, you can have the best shots in Dubai, and still lose, right?
Absolutely.
So it goes beyond that.
And a lot of coaches do this format of coaching where you have 3 or 4 players that they coach at the same time, and instead of talking about shots, the different shots that there are in paddle, the ground strokes, the volleys, the bandeiras, the bajadas, the rolos, all of the above, but about position. I play with a lot of players, and to me, it's a massive surprise that some players don't know the basics of moving together with your partner. Now, if you're playing to the left opponent, then both the players should move to the left. And the right player covers the center. And if you're playing to the right, the left player covers the center and the right player covers the line. I play with a mix of different levels. I play in a mix of different levels of competitions, socials, community tournaments as well. And in the lower levels, that's where you see it the most. That they don't know these things. And I've done coaching 1-on-1. I've done coaching 2-on-1 with a partner, which also helps. And I've done those coaching where you have 4 people with a coach, where they're talking about position, strategy, tactics. And by the way, I've had different coaches, and different coaches have different ways of coaching. Francesco, Xavier Masson, Javi Rodriguez, Fabricio. I've had different coaches teach me different things in different ways as well. So coming back to what you were saying, also very important to find the right coach for where you are today as a player.
No, 100%. And also, like, I feel, because I'm a player who I'm not technically gifted.
Unlike me.
My watching me play is not it's not a pleasant.
It's so ugly. Honestly, I don't know how you win, but
Well, this is the thing. It's
consistency.
It's not
you just get the ball back.
Apart from consistency, I try and invest a lot of my time and resources on the tactical side. And I can say I've beaten players that are much better than me just because I knew what shots to play as opposed to hitting the shot. And I think a lot of people maybe underestimate that element of the game. And I think I would even say that's one of the parts that maybe needs to not improve, but maybe we need to pay more attention when we're coaching is if you have a usual partner, go and do a few sessions with your coach together as a team, because you start realizing that, as you said, right? You play a lob cross court. It's your job to go cover the middle and offer out the hard angle, right? A coach will tell you that, and you might not realize. So when you go and do a lesson with your partner, you start going, okay, this is what I need to do. And you will beat players who are better than you just because you understand your positioning, you understand the speed and rhythm that you need to play the shot, and you understand what shot you need to do, right? If you keep playing lobs all the time, then at some point, the opposition is just going to sit back and wait for the lob and then attack you, right? Correct. So you need to have that kind of adaptability. And I feel that, again, there's only so much you can teach yourself or your partner can teach you. And then you need to take it to a coach and say, right, how do I get to the next level in terms of technique? How do I get to the next level in terms of tactics, in terms of mentality? And there's so many different aspects. But I feel like at our level, having basic technique and good tactics will get you very far.
Absolutely. And by the way, James, you touched on another thing, and I think it's another subject.
Yeah.
Communication, partners.
100%. 100%. That's a whole podcast on its
That's
own.
another podcast by itself. But, communication is so important.
Yeah.
And again, you see it. I see it at different levels. The lower levels, not a lot of communication.
Yeah.
And then they wonder why I'm communicating with them.
Yeah,
say, hey, guy, there's players at
Yeah.
the net.
Yeah.
And they still hit it to the guys at the
Yeah,
net, And I,
It takes time, though. Right?
one would argue I play flamboyant, risky paddle.
No, you, Shazzy? You're like this. You play the safest shots ever.
But while you were talking, you reminded me of a tournament that I played with Akbar, who's a member of the Shazzy's community as well. I think you've played with Akbar as well.
Yeah. Really nice
Great
guy.
player, tennis fundamentals, tennis background. Always wears the Roger Federer, and Nadal.
It's a great look.
He's got his personal brand on the paddle court as well. But we played a tournament, and we're talking about communication and also lobbing.
Yeah.
I honestly think, James, people underestimate the lob.
I'll tell you something. It is the most important shot.
Absolutely.
At amateur level and professional, but especially amateur level.
Yeah.
The most important shot is the lob, and not a lot of people realize
this.
And
and the lob is actually a attack in some ways. What's the other word I'm trying to look for?
It's more of a counter, right? But it definitely gets you out of so much trouble.
Yeah, but the lob can also be considered because you use the lob to gain the net.
Yeah, it's a counter.
So I think not a lot of people practice the lob.
The lob is an ugly shot, right? So it's underrated in the.
Yeah, and
most people are like, no, I want to smash.
Yeah,
I want to smash the
exactly.
ball. I want to hit it hard.
Yeah.
It's like just lob the ball, get the net, play a bandeja, next ball, smash it.
Or if you're like me and you have a bajada like Shazzy,
send it straight to the fence.
Come on, you got to admit my bajada's pretty good right now.
The 1 out of 10. Is
Come on,
beautiful. The other
Come
9.
on, James, give me more credit.
No, when it works, it's really good. Yeah.
It works a lot. I like it a lot.
We want to know what you think about coaching. Do you agree with me that you should first fall in love with the sport and then get coaching? Or do you think Shazzy's right?
I think
you should coach from day one? Leave a comment. Let us know next time you see us. Share it with your friends and family. Ask them. Also, how important is coaching for you? Is it something you regularly do? How often do you coach? Do you never coach? Do you see the difference? Did you used to now? Like any scenario, share it with us. Let us know because we're really, really curious. That was another episode of The Golden Point. This time, Shazzy and I talking about coaching. We hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do everything all together. And we'll see you on the next one.
And guys, in the comments, please mention who you're coaching with, give them a shout out, and tell us if you think they are number one. Of course, you're going to say that, but put it in the comments.